Well, the debate over artificial intelligence data centers continued at the state capitol this week. Republicans and Democrats agree data centers need to be regulated. They just disagree on how to do it.
You know, at night when we look across that field right now, we hear frogs and there's no light.
Sean Haney has lived in his home in DeForest for 38 years. But soon, this could be the view out his front window.
It's going to change everything in that whole area.
Before an AI data center goes up across from his house, he'd like to see some regulation from the state.
Some clear guidelines on how much power can be used, where it's going to come from, how it's going to address water usage.
Both parties in the assembly have introduced legislation this session. The Democrat bill would create labor, renewable energy, and rate requirements.
The number one goal of the bill is to protect the public.
But Tuesday, the assembly passed the Republican-introduced bill.
My bill was deliberately simple. It was simple and focused on the core issues we hear everywhere.
It includes a requirement that water used by a data center for cooling must be a contained, closed-looped system to recycle it. The bill would also require the Public Service Commission to ensure other customers won't see the cost of the electric infrastructure to build or run data centers on their utility bills. However, during testimony last week, the PSC said parts of the Republican legislation would be, quote, challenging to implement.
Our bill could actually be implemented. The Republican bill can't. It's very strange if you're trying to pass legislation saying that it's to control rates, that you wouldn't listen to the people who understand the issue.
But the author of the bill says it's the PSC's job to figure out how this legislation could be implemented.
If the PSC is unable to actually measure power and consumption and sources, we got bigger concerns, I think, as we go forward. So it's certainly my belief. I'm not here to prescribe to the PSC how they would do this. It's more the fact that we need to make sure it's done so that Wisconsin ratepayers are absolutely protected.
But is it enough for Sean?
A couple of bills pending, but I don't think they have enough teeth in them yet.
Now, Democrats also criticized just how quickly this legislation moved through. When asked if his chamber would take up the bill, Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu told reporters he likes the intent of the legislation, but said, quote, bills are often rushed through the assembly. The bill will need to pass the Senate before it could head to the governor's desk. However, a spokesperson for Governor Evers tells me he's unlikely to support it.